Coach Meier, redshirt junior forward Keyona and junior guard Adrienne Motley. Coach, you'd like to open up the statement whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Normally, I think that both coaches were probably expecting it to be a little more of a high-paced game, but I thought Florida State controlled tempo almost the entire game, executed through their offenses way better than we did. We got a little impatient when our first or second look wasn't there, and that they have great disciplined defense. So, you know, we knew that the first and second looks, nothing's easy against Florida State, but going to our third and fourth checkdowns just never happened the entire game. And I thought in the fourth quarter that was it. They actually worked the ball, got the shot they wanted from the person they wanted to shoot it, and we didn't. So that's a good lesson to learn. Learn it early in the ACC season because nobody's going to give us easy looks in the first 10 seconds of our offenses, especially if we're, you know, they weren't making a ton of mistakes. You know, they did turn it over quite a bit, but not live ball turnovers. We only had 7 steals. They had 13 steals. So we did get them to turn it over, but we couldn't feed off of those turnovers as much as we used to. It seemed like it was a very half-court kind of walk-it-up sort of game. Whenever we looked better, I thought we had some tempo and some pace to our game. But, you know, they're very good. They're very seasoned, and they know the who, what, when, and where a little bit better than we do.
Questions?
At halftime, you guys were tied, and almost all the stats were identical on both teams. What do you think happened in the opening stretch of the third quarter?
Yeah, you know what? I have the assistants making a project for me to watch the first 4 minutes of the second halves because that's now the 5th game where I have not been happy with that, and so I have it on my computer as we're speaking, and I'm going to analyze that. But it just doesn't seem. I think we need better leadership and we need more vocality on the court, and we just kind of come out in a little bit of a lull and. We executed fine. We actually executed, and then we just missed layups and bunnies in that segment. So the fourth quarter was not execution, but that segment we were getting what we wanted, where we wanted, who we wanted to shoot it, and we didn't make them. So we gotta get better at that too. But you know, I'm sitting here. We talked about rebounding and defensive transition, so that was really big for us. And we out-rebounded them, and we held them to very few fast break points. And so, the credit to them, they didn't beat us by what they normally do. We neutralized that. So I told my team we did 2 things very well, and it still wasn't good enough. So we got to do a 3rd thing well, which would be learn a lesson from their execution.
As far as the turnovers, were those self-inflicted, or was it something FSU?
Yeah, the fourth quarter. I mean, we do a drill almost every other day, and it's possession awareness. And it's 2 minutes left in the game, and we're down 8, and we got to execute, and we do it all the time. And we have 2 basketballs, and you know, if you turn one over, there's only one left. You lose that one, you lose. But a live ball turnover in the last 2 minutes is a fail. You failed the entire drill. And we had 3 live ball turnovers in the last 2 minutes tonight when we were. And that should be something we're a little bit more comfortable with. And we know it. I mean, that drill's like, oh, when you get a steal, I mean, the other team wins, you lose, and we know it. And we did it. We did it. We gave them those last 3 steals for them. We threw right to them. Right to them. So that wasn't, you know, they worked hard for some of them, but not those 3.
Okay, you don't seem as angry as you are sometimes after a loss. Is it just a team that you just thought it was really even and they were just a little better?
No, I'm angry because I talked about toughness and that nobody is tough alone. And that was my speech before the game. This is my angry voice. When I'm really angry, it's low level and there's not a lot of emotion to it. We weren't tough together. We had some toughness. I thought Key was very tough. I thought Mott was very tough. You know, we did some things, but together we weren't tough when the game was on the line. And that's my job, is to take all the parts and make them one great whole. And they splintered us, and that'll give me a lot to do in the next couple of days.
Keyona, it looked like you took over in the second period. Is there anything in particular that happened in the second period that was different than the rest of the game?
No, we just kind of started off really slow, and I know they needed me to come and give us that extra boost for everybody to get going.
Anything else?
Adrienne, can you your general assessment of the game?
Like Coach said, we just weren't tough. Live ball turnovers killed us at the end. That's basically what's really on my mind right now. It's just the points we gave them. Just gave the ball away, so that's frustrating. But we just weren't tough. Period.
Anything else? Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.